Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Paul Brooks TV. Specifically, it is a very exciting day for sci-fi nerds like myself. December 8th, 2023. Today is the 20th anniversary of Battlestar Galactica. And as you can see, I have the deluxe Blu-ray set in front of me. We're going to take a look at it, and we're going to take a look at my entire Battlestar Galactica Blu-ray and DVD collection on this very special day, the 20th anniversary of Battlestar. So, join me on this adventure. Let's take a look at my entire collection. So say we all. So I'm basically just going to rotate the box set here that contains the entire Reimagined series of Battlestar Galactica that premiered on December 8th, 2003. And here on this side, you can see Anders, Starbuck, and Lee Adama. I'm going to go around all the sides here and show you everything. Right here is the back of the box, or I suppose the front of the box, if you want to look at it that way, with all of the seasons and the plan on the right side there. Seasons 1 through 4. The Razor movie is inside of season 4, I believe, and then they tacked on the plan on the right side there as well. I'll try not to get into spoiler territory too much here if you are someone who hasn't seen the entire show yet. I will not spoil anything for you, trust me. But on the left here you have Sharon Valerii. Next to her is Carl Agathon, Hilo, and then of course number 6 and Dr. Gaius Baltar. And then we'll take a look at the front of the box here one more time. Of course, in the middle you have Commander William Adama. On the left is Colonel Saul Tigh. And on the right, of course, is Secretary of Education Laura Roslin, who, small spoiler, but very small, eventually becomes President Laura Roslin. This is a beautiful box set. I love the look of it. All the characters on the different sides. And let's get inside of it, though, and take a look at all of the artwork, all of the internal artwork. And here we have season 1 of the Blu-ray, featuring the lovely Tricia Helfer as number 6, with Apollo and Starbuck behind her. This is the same artwork that was previously released on the DVDs, but I think it looks really nice. I'm actually happy that they kept it for the internal artwork for this box set. And moving on to season 2 of Battlestar Galactica, a lot of people's favorite season. Not my personal favorite season, but needless to say, some amazing stuff in this season. On the left, you have Edward James Olmos, who gives an incredible performance as Commander William Adama, and then Tricia Helfer once again as number 6, and behind her is Grace Park as Sharon Valerii / Boomer. And here is my personal favorite season of the show. It's season 3 of Battlestar Galactica. Just some jaw-dropper episodes in this season. And once again, we have number 6, Tricia Helfer, Edward James Olmos as Commander Adama, and then behind them is Jamie Bamber as Lee Adama, aka Apollo, and behind him is, of course, Katie Sackhoff as Kara Thrace, aka Starbuck. And here is the final season of Battlestar Galactica, season 4. I personally feel that, I wish that the show would have gone on for another season or 2, but I understand that Ron Moore and the creators of the show had a story that they wanted to tell. They self-canceled after season 4 because they felt that they had told that story that they wanted to tell, and you have to respect that. But here's the final season with Katie Sackhoff up front here as Starbuck, showing off her new tattoo, and then Lee Adama and Commander Adama behind her. But of course, after the series concluded, they did do one more movie, and here it is, Battlestar Galactica: The Plan. I want to say it came out maybe 6 months or so after the series had ended in 2009. Top left, you have the amazing Dean Stockwell as Brother Cavill. And then, of course, to his right is Michael Hogan as Saul Tigh. Tricia Helfer once again as number 6. Cylon Centurion there. Love the look of the Centurions. Michael Trucco as Anders, Samuel T. Anders. And once again, Grace Park as Sharon Valerie / Boomer. And it's a small thing, but I just wanted to show this real quick. As you can see, I picked it up for $1, I think at a Dollar General store, in a little treasure hunt bin. And it's called Battlestar Galactica: The Story So Far, which was sort of an interesting little recap that Sci-Fi Channel did with Mary McDonnell as Laura Roslin, sort of recapping the previous 3 seasons leading up to season 4 of the show. I might be wrong about that. It might have actually been a recap of the first 2 seasons leading up to season 3, now that I think about it, because it's sort of her diary or her journal entry. But it's a neat little 45-minute long program, and I'm not sure if it's included in the Blu-ray set or not. I'm not even sure. It says Blu-ray on here. I'm not sure if it is or not. So I gotta open it up and give it a look. But I found it for $1, so I figured, why not? I'll pick it up. And I know that I mentioned that Battlestar Galactica Razor is included in the Blu-ray box set, but I have the DVD here, and since we didn't see the artwork, I just figured I'd show my DVD here real quick that I had purchased prior to the Blu-ray set. This is the unrated extended edition of Battlestar Galactica Razor, which was a TV movie that aired after season 3, prior to season 4. And you have Michelle Forbes up front there as Admiral Kane. To her right is, you'll have to forgive me, I don't remember the name of the actor, but that's Kendra Shaw. And then to their left and right are your Battlestar Galactica characters. But this is a cool little movie. I really like Razor a lot. And you have to watch it in the right order. You have to watch it after season 3 because there are some spoilers in there. But yeah, really cool little movie. So following the conclusion of Battlestar Galactica, the Sci-Fi Channel really wanted to find a way to keep the franchise going. And so this is what they did next. This is a prequel series called Battlestar Galactica Caprica. And this disc right here is the pilot episode, which is, if I remember correctly, it's essentially a 90-minute movie. It sort of kicks off the events of the show. You have the main characters on the front here, the Greystones and the Adamas, and it sort of tells the story of the beginning of how the Cylons came to be and these sort of 2 feuding families. And I actually really like the movie here. The 90-minute pilot, I thought, did a great job. So here is the second half of the first season of Caprica, and there only was 1 season. It didn't go over very well. I am missing season 1.0. I thought that I had it, but apparently I don't. Maybe I lent it to somebody and didn't get it back. I'm not sure. But this is season 1.5, and yeah, pretty much, you know, after this, the show got canceled. I think the last handful of episodes didn't even air or they may have aired in like a group after it got canceled. Didn't work out. It's certainly not anywhere near as good as Battlestar Galactica, but you know, they took a shot at it. There's some interesting stuff, certainly in the pilot, but for me, a lot of it kind of fell apart once they got deeper into the season. A lot of the special effects are not great, and yeah, I don't know, some interesting ideas and an interesting experiment that didn't quite work out. Well, after Caprica was canceled, Sci-Fi Channel wanted to try something else to keep the franchise going, something a little closer to uh, the reimagined Battlestar Galactica. And this is what they came up with: Battlestar Galactica Blood and Chrome, which is something that started as a web series. And I think there were 10 episodes or something like that that were then collected into this movie, essentially. And this was made into a web series in the hopes that it would lead to a regular series. Didn't end up happening. This is the only thing that they made for the show, and yeah, it's an interesting watch. I do recommend it, but it's tough because at that point, you know, all of the set pieces from the original, from the reimagined Battlestar Galactica had been sort of disassembled, and so the entire thing was done on green screen, and you can tell it has a very different look. Not my favorite type of look, but like I said, it's essentially one movie. It's a prequel once again to Battlestar Galactica, and it is worth a watch. Well, needless to say, we cannot do this video without showing off the one that started everything. It's the original 1978 Battlestar Galactica, the complete epic series on DVD. As you can see, mine is a little scuffed up, a little worse for wear. I would like to pick up, there's a Blu-ray set out there that I would like to pick up at some point, but for now, you know, this is fine. The original 1978 series, which also lasted one season before being canceled. And there's something inside this box set that I'm going to bust out to show off in just a second here. So inside of the original series box set is this nice little booklet here with the three main characters on the front. Lorne Greene, who plays Commander Adama on the original show. To his left is Richard Hatch, who plays Apollo. And then on the right is Dirk Benedict, who plays Starbuck. But as you can see, I have this little booklet autographed, and it's hard to make out, but it's actually autographed by Noah Hathaway, who played the little boy on the show Boxy. And if anybody out there is a fan of the movie The Neverending Story, he also played Atreyu in that film. Yeah, but I met him at a con years and years ago. It says, "To Paul." I don't know what else he wrote there, but there's his signature, and it says Boxy underneath his signature. Just a cool little thing that I thought I would show off really quick. And last, but certainly not least, well, some people actually would say definitely least, it's Galactica 1980. As it says at the top there, the original Battlestar Galactica's final season. Battlestar did get canceled. There was a write-in campaign similar to the last season of Star Trek to save the show, and NBC decided to bring it back, give it another shot for one more season. They retooled it as Galactica 1980, and it did not go well. It only lasted 10 episodes before it was canceled again, this time for good. Lorne Greene on the left came back there. There's a handful of other characters from the first season who come back, but for the most part, it's a different show. It's set something like 30 years later, and it just didn't work. It was a lot more kid friendly, and sort of the studio wanted different things for it, and it just didn't work out. But it's an interesting little footnote to the Galactica universe. I had to include it. I actually think it's a fun watch, because it's just so goofy and sort of a weird little thing that didn't work out. And it's only 10 episodes, so. But there it is, Galactica 1980. Well, there you have it. Just about everything in the entire Battlestar Galactica franchise. The original series, the Reimagined series, the prequels, the movies, everything. And I hope you've enjoyed this look at the entire franchise on this very special day, the 20th anniversary. It's hard to believe, but it's the 20th anniversary of the Reimagined Battlestar Galactica, which is very near and dear to my heart. Really, truly, it's my favorite TV show of all time. So if you're someone who hasn't seen it yet, if you haven't dived in, cannot say enough good things about it. Highly, highly recommend that you check out Battlestar Galactica. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you're doing well. So say we all, and I'll see you next time.